to this old town. I'm your host, Lisa, and today we find ourselves in the little town of Mayer, Arizona. As you know, we travel from town to town, and this week we're here. The town of Mayer was named after Joe Mayer, who came to Arizona in 1882. He was from a French Catholic family. He was one of 7 sons. As a matter of fact, 5 of his brothers were ordained ministers. His name was Off de la Mer, and he changed it to Mayer, and he was known to all the townspeople as Frenchie. He opened up a saloon, a stage stop, and a store on the little wagon road leading from Prescott to Phoenix. Anyway, we're here in Mayer, and we came up here to do a little prospecting, and as you can see, it's a real windy, overcast day. It's kind of cool here today, and in our travels, we came across some very interesting artifacts and rock formations that we wanted to show you. So come along with us, sit back, and enjoy our little tour. This is some hike up here. On my way up to the top of this mountain, there's a lot of quartz and obsidian. Right here, you can take a look and see. Maybe there's some gold in here. I don't know. But anyway, it's a big hike, so let's keep going. As we look over my shoulder, we see the town of Mayer. We're actually about 2.5 to 3 miles from the town, and we're standing up here on this rock formation where the Indians probably used it as a lookout to look down on the valley. Up here we have some stacked rocks that we'll look at in a moment. Right now we have some of these rocks that have some carvings in it, and let's take a look at some of these carvings. There's some more over to my left. Let's go take a look and see some more of these rock drawings. Well, here we are at the top, and right over here are some stacked rocks. Here's some more writings right here. I hope you can see them. This is a labyrinth or maze that goes in a counterclockwise fashion. And I did some research when I first saw these, and the counterclockwise maze means descending. So whether it means that we're up on the top and looking down, or whether there's something buried underneath this, I don't know, but this is very interesting, and there's a lot more to see. Here we are up on top, and it's awful windy up here. Well, here's the stacked rocks that we talked about, and they probably use these as lookouts and for safety. And there's stacked rocks on this side, there's stacked rocks on the other side, and down below is probably where they camped at, and this is where they stayed to protect the people down in the camp, the rest of the tribe. This is one of the places where somebody probably sat as a protection to look out. It's fortified pretty well, and a good place to hide and a good place to see from. There's stacked rocks on both sides of this hill, so they had this valley pretty well covered in as far as protection goes and seeing if any intruders were coming in. There's a lot more writings all over, so let's take a look at some more of the writings. Now this is something really interesting. This is what appears to look like a couple of bowls, and so maybe what they did was they mashed up their cornmeal or some wheat or even some of the plants here to get their war paint. This is really interesting. Looking at some more of this rock art, or petroglyph as it's called, and we're looking at an arrow which consists of dots, and this may just be how they drew the arrow, or it could be that each dot represented a foot and it's telling you how many feet and in what direction something is. As we look up, we see what could be people, and then again we have another maze going in a counterclockwise fashion, which means descent. And then we also have some stuff that looks kind of like lizards, and it's just a fascinating find here. We could spend a lot more time up here because there's acres and acres of rocks up here. However, it looks like there's a storm brewing on the horizon, and so for now I'm coming down from the mountain. Oh, look at this. I don't know why people want to leave their garbage around. The old saying, pack it in, pack it out, and leave no trace. Well, at least I was here to pick it up. Continuing on down. Whew, that was quite the hike. And at least we made it before the storm hit. Anyway, like I said, we're right outside of the town of Mayer. We were just up here doing some prospecting, some dry washing, and we looked up and we saw the stacks of rocks and thought it would be interesting to go take a walk up there. And who knew that we were going to find those petroglyphs? That was really fascinating. I hope you enjoyed yourself, because I know I did. And until next week, when the little town that we visit might be your town, I'm Lisa, and I'm out of here.
Truck, it's time to roll, with hearts so wild and a common goal, chasing the goal. We're ready for the thrill. Through mountains and rivers, we'll climb every hill. With the sun on our backs, we take our stand, uncovering treasures buried in this land. This gold fever's got us running wild in the heart of the land. We feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams never alone. uncovering keys. With a gold pen in hand, we sift through the dirt. Each little glimmer makes our hearts surge. By the firelight's glow, while laughter rings, as we dream of the riches tomorrow brings.
Stuff up there.
Fever's got
Good,
us
man.
running wild.
He's a gold miner.
I got you.
Feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams.
Oh, ain't that cool? Is this like the three, I was gonna say something bad.
Wait a minute.
Work.
Is that better?
There you go, that's good.
Our laughter rings as we dream of the riches tomorrow brings. This gold fever's got us running wild. In the heart of the land we feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams never alone. So here's to the nights beneath the stars. With our hearts full of dreams we'll go far. This gold fever's got us running wild. In the heart of the land, we feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams never alone. Alone. So here's to the nights beneath the stars. With our hearts full of dreams, we'll go far.